Hi guys, welcome to Tech Talk with ACT Computers. My name is Cameron Coppoletta. I'm the Cybersecurity Manager over at ACT in Vero Beach, and I'm excited to have you back as an audience. So we're going to take a second to talk about something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about starting a business. We work with a lot of businesses locally, from doing marketing and SEO, SMO, to website design. And as a business owner or someone who might be looking to start a business, you might have a couple of questions on what's the best route to go and how do I integrate my technology plans into this. As a former business owner myself, I can tell you what not to do, and we'll get to that towards the end. The first thing we want to talk about is doing a market research plan. That's going to give you the best chance of actually getting a business going. Before you start a business, you want to identify your target customers, and if you have any competitors, as well as understanding market trends. A great tool for this is called Google Trends. You can see what people are typing, or if you type in hats, how many people are typing that in your area. Hat shops near me, CD retailers near me. So utilizing online tools like Google Trends is a very good thing to do before starting a business. A lot of times what happens is we have this great idea and we think everybody can use this. But you kind of have to look at and see, as they say on Shark Tank, is this a product or is it a business? If you make a specific thing that doesn't have variations of it, doesn't have a plan moving forward, it's just a product. You're not going to make a whole business off of that product. Even looking at Scrub Daddy or the tape that the amazing tape that we all have seen commercials for, or ShamWow, they expand on their products. Scrub Daddy has one for the grill, one for inside, one that's more like a magic eraser. The magic tape has the super long strips, it has the tiny strips, it has temporary strips. So when you're coming up with a business, you want to think of how this could be developed in the future. Which takes me to my next point. You have to create a business plan. You want to create a plan that just doesn't say, I want to make money, I want to sell this product. You want to be strategic about it and outline, what is my 1-year goal for the business? What is my 5-year goal for the business? What is my 10-year goal for the business? Am I looking to have one location? Am I looking to have a franchise, multiple locations? And you want to think about how this will best appear to the public and how much more of your target audience and your costs, which comes to the importance of securing funding for your business. Are you going to personally save up for it? I know myself, I reduced my spending months and months and months, and after a period of 6 months to a year, I was able to come up with $5,000 to start my business. And then having a business plan helped me with that. Part of that business plan comes to, are you looking to start a corporation, an LLC? Are you a nonprofit 501c? And deciding where you want to go from that. Now, if you believe in charity, but also have a product to sell, you can do a 501c. They are able to sell products and do services, but the majority of that has to come from the nonprofit side of things. A corporation is great if you have multiple partners and you want something to go public with an IPO, initial public offering at some point in time. Or if you're someone local, an LLC is a great opportunity for you. It covers you against any, as the name says, limited liability. It covers you against any accidents or things that might happen that your business insurance will have to take care of versus being personally liable for it. And it's a great thing to start with. Florida has some great forms for filling those out online, and you submit your business plan. There's also things like, in Florida we have something called SunBiz, which is the Registry of Corporations, and we have to do an annual renewal. So things like that you want to be sure to include in your business plan, and also your tax filings. Any professional services you're going to need to outsource those for, make sure you put those into your budgeting. So I talked about the 5-year plan and setting goals and milestones and strategies for growth and sustainability, and that's important. Part of the market research as well is emphasizing the significance of your unique and innovative product and having to stand out in a competitive market. At ACT, we stand out by customer service. We are the best customer service you will find in Florida. I haven't been across the country yet, but I would say in Florida. And so customer service is something that will keep the business open for a long time. And when you're selling similar products to your competitors, differentiates you. With online shops like Amazon and eBay and Google Shopping, it's really hard to compete on price nowadays. But you got to figure out something that's going to make customers come into your shop to see you or give you a call for that service. And our Google reviews will show, and our history of being open since 1995 will clearly show that we are customer service oriented and we always take care of our local residents and businesses. So we've got this awesome plan. We know how much it's going to cost. We know how much we need to save. Let's transition over to technology. It's a good thing to start with a Facebook. Very simple to do. Create a Facebook page. Invite your friends and family. Ask them to invite their friends and family to it. Go to Facebook groups. Do regular postings in there. But then the customer can email from bobsburgers@gmail. Personally, when I see someone's address on a business card and it says Gmail, I'm a little bit, how committed are they to this business? Custom domains are important. When you have a custom domain, you can say Sherry@bobsburgers.com, and you know that it's a legitimate business and it can be trusted. Same thing with a website. You can go to Wix and get a free Wix website, free Blogger. There's a lot of free URLs out there. But when a customer sees bobsburgers.com, .org, or .us, we use .us. We're actcomp.us. And part of that comes with how easy is it for the customer to type in. You can get a domain for $1, but it might be a little bit more difficult for the customer to type in. But there reaches a point with that where how much are you willing to spend on a domain? For most people, a domain name is only $9.99 a year, and it'll be even less that first year to kind of hook you in. GoDaddy, Domains.com, Wix, they all have great deals in the first years of domain. And sometimes your heart is set on that one domain. Oh, that fits me perfectly. Oh, I'll get so many customers. But what? They want $500 for it? Sometimes it's worth it. If in your business plan, you've done the market research to determine we're going to get a return on our investment for that website based off the URL, then it's worth it. But for most people, a $10 domain will do just fine, and the most important thing for it is the custom email address and then being able to have a web address that people can actually go to. Funny thing about that, though, is more people are likely to see you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, one of the social media, than actually go to your website. But you're not going to get seen as much on those if you don't have a website. Which takes us into our next topic, SEO, SMO, SLLP. That one last one's fake. SEO is search engine management, search engine optimization. SMO is social media optimization, and then search engine management is SEM. There are three big tags you might hear. Oh, we'll do these things for you, and lots of advertisers like to throw them at you, and you have no idea what they mean. You're hoping you pay someone to get this done and get more customers in. We talk about search engine management. That is being able to manage your business's presence across the web. And how do you get number one on Google? A lot of people will say, I want to be number one on Google. Well, what other sites do you have other than your Facebook? What do you have other than your website? And Google loves backlinks. Backlinks are your website connected to outside resources that directly point to you. You have your Facebook, you have your Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You have all those business pages verified and have a link to your web address, your URL of your custom email domain that you would use. And then on your website, you link back to those social media accounts. So Google says, oh, this is one big connected organization. In addition, reviews are God of SEO and SEM. The more customer reviews you can get, the more important Google will think you are. There are companies out there, unfortunately, that will offer paid reviews. $50 gets you 500 reviews. and then you'll be regretting it later because your business will get kicked off of Google as those reviews are found to be fake and disappear completely, and then you'll be out the money. So it's very important when you're establishing a business to come up with a business plan, 5-year forecast, and then when you decide to go public with it, get your custom domain and your email address, and then set up your social media. Some businesses create these social media accounts but don't post on them, and they lose their relevancy to Google's indexing or Bing's indexing or DuckDuckGo's indexing. So you need to not only create these accounts, you have to stay active on them, posting once a day, once a week. And it can't just be, hey, buy this product, hey, buy this product, because then they have something called engagement. If someone sees that and just blows by it, your engagement is not there. Customers don't care about this. So you want to keep your engagement high by posting things that are funny. Dogs, cats, kids, things that are funny and relevant to your target audience that you came up with in the initial plan. By doing that across all social media platforms, it keeps your business going. It keeps your business looking like it's important. There are a lot of ways you could do this. For someone who's just starting out, they might think, I have to wake up in the morning, post on Instagram, post on Facebook, post on Twitter, post on LinkedIn, and take up 4 hours of your day or 2 hours of your day before you can do anything else. But there are great programs out there like Hootsuite and others where you can actually schedule posts in advance, where you can take a Saturday, come up with some ideas, some pictures and videos, and pre-schedule your posts, and then just let them roll. And then all you need to do as a business is when customers comment or like on those, you can respond back in turn. Or if you see something coming up that might be iffy, you can adjust that. And so social media is important to search engine management. So SEO, search engine optimization, SEM. We talked about SEM. SEO is your website good for Google? Do you just have a bunch of pictures with no relevant details with them? Google likes keywords. And there are many tools out there that you can use to do research for your keywords to find out what's trending and what's going to work the best. And Google also likes keyword density. They don't want you to say computers, laptops, da-da-da-da. They want you to spread it out all throughout your paragraphs and texts. So that's very important. And we can talk about all this and cover a lot of it with your business as you have questions for it. So we've talked about the 5-year plan, the business plan, the market research, the product and service differentiation, the importance of having a custom domain, importance of having a custom email, SEO, SMO, and SEM. Some businesses are able to exist just off of word of mouth. And that's great. And it can work, just having referrals. But most businesses nowadays, if you ever watch Shark Tank or any of those other shows, they dump a lot of money in paid advertising. But you can't just give Google $500 or give Facebook $200 and expect it to just work. Remember how we talked about a minute ago our target audience and the people that we were planning on? Well, when you go to create these ad campaigns, you want to make sure you're generating to your target audience, maybe in your target area. That way you're not showing it to some guy in Calcutta who's never going to use your products and you're just wasting a paid advertisement. Most campaigns nowadays are called PPC, pay per click. So you buy 500 clicks, 1,000 clicks, 2,000 clicks, and the value that you're charged for those clicks is based on the likelihood that the customer is going to use your product or service. So by going and doing some research before, just like you did in your business plan, some research before into what's going to be my target audience and what's going to work best, you'll be able to get a better idea of how these ads are. And they have a lot of times they have analytics, which just is a fancy word that means how many people from where looked at this and clicked on this. So those are very important things. And I'll have a PDF available over on ACT if you have any questions about this. The last thing I want to talk about is from my personal experience. What not to do when starting a business. Don't underestimate the importance of a business plan. Don't just wing it, because when something comes up out of your control and you don't have a plan for it, that's when you get hit. Don't overlook the importance of digital marketing in your online presence, and that's what I was just talking about. Thinking that you're just going to magically get customers, or I have a physical storefront, people are of course going to see me. That's not to say that location isn't everything, because location can be everything a lot of times. But in my experience, opening up a computer repair shop in the backside of a business park that nobody can see from the road and not doing social media is not going to get you any business. The next thing is, don't ignore financial and planning and management. Payroll is very expensive. It might be a good idea to do it all by yourself, or you might think it's a good idea, but there are things that you might not have the skills for. I might be good in this web design and social media and cybersecurity, but there are things as far as programming that I might not know the most of. We have people at ACT, such as our technician Justin, who's a master programmer. We have a gentleman named Brian, who is a master 3D printer. We have a Michael, who's our gaming computer builder. Now, I can do all those things, but my time is better served giving it to them, and that brings in more money and faster turnaround for customers. The last thing I want to talk about is failing to adapt to market changes and evolving customer demands. In this very harried financial world we're living in today, you have to be able to pivot. If one product's not working, pivot to another one. If customers are coming in asking for other things, don't be stubborn and say, no, we'll never do that. Pivot. It's very important to be fluid in your business design. And finally, value your time. It might be hard if it's easy for you to charge someone appropriately and accordingly to what you need to pay the rent, to pay the utilities, to pay payroll, because maybe it didn't take you as long, because you have 20 years of experience with it. But don't give customers things for free. You can barter with other businesses and trade services, trade your service for marketing or advertising, but truly value. The customer you're serving doesn't have your experience, and they're coming to you for a reason. It's okay to help them. It's okay to offer them, if it's something simple that can be done very quickly, it's okay to offer them help with that. But when it comes to something very difficult, like us designing websites or setting up network equipment, creating servers, setting up Active Directory, we have to charge for our services because we have to look at the bigger picture, part of our plan. We want to pay for the shop, the payroll, the electricity, and then we want to grow. So I hope you guys learned something from this today. Like I said, I spoke from personal experience, and ACT has all these things down. We're still growing. We're still pivoting. We're still learning. And I really appreciate your time. Everybody be careful this hurricane season. Make sure your data is backed up. You got APCs. And if you have any questions, give us a call, 772-567-7888. Have a great week, guys.